What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha, and this is indeed the second time I've reacted to this. I apologize, the first video, for whatever reason, there was just a glitch with it. Like when I transferred it to my computer, it wouldn't open, and it just said, you know, I forget exactly what the error message was, but it essentially said it couldn't be played. And by that point, I had already removed it from my phone, and so there was no video left to transfer, and you know, maybe it was part of the transferring process. Either way, I lost the video because I didn't, you know, sometimes I'm like very cautious when I move videos from my phone to my computer, and I just make sure to check them or start processing them first. But sometimes I'm just, you know, I'm trying to do as many videos as I can, and I deleted it. So alas, but we are here to listen to it again, and it is the first of two demo versions of the Blue Sky. So when I went into this, I was talking about, you know, I don't know how different this is going to be from the track on their actual debut album, and indeed, not only was I focusing a bit more on the sonics than the lyrics, but I remember thinking in my original reaction, after listening, that like, you know what, like to me this would have been a watershed moment. This would have been like, hey, wait a minute, like I know the album's been in development and maybe some things aren't working, but if I were a studio executive, which I would not be in that position, certainly not in the mid-80s, but were I in such a position and I heard this demo version of Blue Sky, and again, there's another one coming later, but I would be like, okay, like, you know, we weren't wrong, there is definitely something here, this is going to happen. So that was my impression when I listened to this. Now Sophia, when I mentioned to her that, you know what, the first video, or the video for the first demo of Blue Sky had an error and it, you know, it's not going to be posted today, she had asked about the lyrics. And it's funny because I didn't focus on those as much, but thinking about it when she said it, the only thing I noticed that was different is that instead of like referring to this other person who might laugh at his accent and so on, in the third person, it was in the second person, it was you. So it was like more directly targeted or oriented were the lyrics. So, and I think the arrangement of the lyrics was different. Like I think the line about, what is it, about a cigarette, does that still come in first? Basically I thought that the way it unfolded was different chronologically, but by and large the lyrics I think are the same, with that notable difference, if I'm you know, catching that correctly. Either way, as I said, when I heard this a couple days ago, I was like, wow, like I would know, you know, like this group is definitely going to be something, even if they're, you know, having a little bit of trouble getting out of the gate, so to speak, which I think is like a horse racing term. In any case, here we go. This is the Blue Sky, the first of two demo versions from the expanded or deluxe edition of Hunting High and Low, originally from 1985. Also that part.
Coffee lounge. Should I ask the lady here to give me one? The only risk I'm running is a runny nose. She's got such a bad cold. There are no girls in here as far as I can see. Only pin-up posters sort of looking at me. Now I picture you before me, hear the sound of your voice, fondling the keys to my room. Is my accent funny? Would you laugh at me? Everything's uncanny, so to speak, here at the Blue Sky. shop. I've lived on borrowed strength and my supplies are cut. I watched the television said watching me. It's asking only leading questions. So
The lines in this song.
down and down I go. I used to be confused, but now I just don't know. Paper cups of coffee growing cold before my eyes. I'm somewhere in this world without a cigarette to my name. Is my accent funny? Would you laugh at me? Everything's uncanny, so to speak. Here at the blue, blue sky.
It's illegal. You can't fade when he's doing that. The hell. It's amazing. I love it. Again, when I was saying that at the end of the last video, referring to it at the beginning of this video, that this was a tune where I would feel like they got it. But you know, we'll see what the album becomes in its details and specifics. But there's no way that this doesn't happen. I was thinking primarily about the vocals from Morton, where like the beginning of the verses, when he comes in on the verses, it's got charisma, it's got power, it's got confidence, it's got just a swagger to it. So I really love his vocals, and again, the sonics, it sounds like a classic hit tune from the 80s. And again, they're still working and, you know, trying to put together a debut album. So again, if I'm in the studio and I hear that, it's like, okay, we may tweak things, maybe we adjust things, whatever, but like that, like, you got it, like, that is a brilliant tune. So I'm really keen to hear the second version, but in this case, I was thinking, like, I would be thinking that about the writing. It's like some of the lines, they're just so clever, like, you know, television's asking leading questions, and, you know, the so to speak, like, line to finish the chorus run, like, it's a very cleverly written tune, in addition to sounding great both sonically and vocally. So again, for me, like, if I happen to be a fly on the wall, so to speak, I'd just be like, oh damn, like, you know I'm gonna hear these guys on the radio and they're gonna be a thing. So really looking forward to hearing the second demo version, presumably closer to the album version of the track. Not that this was terribly far away, definitely a bit different, but yeah, keen to hear the second iteration of this demo development of a tune that would indeed eventually make it onto the album. So bottom line, once again, shout out to Sophia, shout out to the AHA family, shout out for the patience. Again, this was supposed to be up a couple days ago, but I will try to do a Morton reaction in this same batch, and I have that bonus, or, you know, the tune that's not included on all the versions of Out of My Hands. So once again, shout out to Sophia. Let me know what you think of this. I will see you next time. Peace.